I first met Allan Holden almost 4 years ago in January of 2018. I referred him for a biopsy that confirmed a B-cell non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And when we staged him, we found that it was stage 4 with bone marrow involvement. At that point, the question arose, what is the right treatment for his lymphoma? Now, there are dozens of chemotherapy drugs and combinations that are used in this disease. So what's the right one for him? Most people with very large volume disease today will get one of the more complicated regimens, some variation on EPOCH. In fact, however, his lymphoma was exquisitely sensitive to the standard chemotherapy R-CHOP. Although I have been working for many years in lymphoma, and I've looked at many, many regimens and have developed many regimens that are widely used, this patient fit the simplest of all treatments. And we decided to give him a standard treatment. The easiest thing was right for him, and that's what we gave him. And he went immediately into remission and has remained in remission approaching 4 years. We knew going in that he'd achieve a remission and stay there. The treatment of advanced non-Hodgkin's lymphoma has evolved. But interestingly, the evolution has been somewhat backward. We went from relatively standard treatments developed in the late 70s and 80s through a series of really complicated multi-drug regimens, culminating in a regimen that included 11 different drugs called promase-cytobom. Despite the intensity of these regimens, however, when they were finally compared one to the next, it turned out that the simple CHOP-based regimen was equivalent. The only difference was that the really intensive regimens killed more patients. It was of interest, therefore, that when Mr. Holden presented to me and we tested him against all of these complicated regimens, that in fact, once again, the simplest treatment was right. Now, there's something called Occams Razor that says that when there are many answers to a question, the simplest is usually correct, and he typifies Occams Razor.